Hello, Steve White, Steve White 89. Well, I probably shouldn't say anything about Andor because I haven't watched it, but I'm hearing some interesting things. Now, the two main sort of things that you're hearing is that the critics love it, but it's not rating. Apparently, it's rating lowest out of all the Star Wars series. And a lot of people are saying it's boring, but the people who are saying that are being criticised, and other people who love the series are saying, well, the people who think it's boring just aren't intelligent enough to appreciate what the show is doing. Because apparently the show is playing on certain aspects of some realistic sort of takes on how a fascist sort of empire would, deal with rebellion and just the sort of real on the ground sort of reality and politics of living in that sort of warlike sort of situation. So I haven't seen the show. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is just PR from one side or hating from the other side. But it does sort of make sense to me because usually the most sophisticated and artistic shows, they'll get the critical acclaim sometimes, but they don't always get the audience because people either don't understand what it's doing, don't appreciate it, or just don't want it because they don't want to think about the real issues. They just want to be entertained by, the big bombastic sort of, fantasy sort of tropes and that. They just want, the hero with the sword coming in, saving the day, saving the damsel in distress, that traditional escapists don't have to think about what it really means, what the real social implications are of this or what the analogy is, all that sort of stuff. But other people, they get bored with just the popcorn Hollywood stuff. They want some meat, they want something to chew on, they want something to think about. And apparently that's what Andor gives them. Again, I haven't seen the series. I don't know if this is true. Rob Meyer Burnett was saying that, and he's a bit of a sci-fi snob. He comes more from a sci-fi literary background, and science fiction was more of a literary genre because back in the day there weren't a lot of science fiction films because they were too expensive to make, and they usually only made bad ones with silly monsters and that, which are fun. But it wasn't really sort of until Star Wars that it became more of a film genre, and then there was sort of a bit of a clash between the literary science fiction fans and the modern science fiction like TV and movie fans. So Andor seems to be a throwback to the older literary sort of sci-fi. And that's why it's not doing so well with the, TV and movie sci-fi fans who just want a lot of explosions and pew, pew, pew. So I'm not sure which it is. I'm actually willing to assume that Robert Meyer Burnett and the critics are actually right and the audience are idiots. Because I think for the most part they are. I mean, they watch reality shows and game shows, That's the sort of mentality of some of these people. And yes, I'm a snob. I'm an elitist. I think I'm better than a lot of people who, yes, I think, I admit that. I don't think that's any secret. I talk about stuff like I think I'm better than some members of the audience. I do. I'm not going to pretend like I don't because I hate it when people act like, no, I don't think that way about people. I never judge people. Yes, I think you're stupid. I think you're an idiot. What you're saying is stupid and you can't appreciate how brilliant this is. I can, screw you. That's how I feel with a lot of critics in the audience who attack shows they don't understand or they just don't have any patience for because they don't want to have to think about the show. And I find that happens a lot. And I prefer, I can sit back and watch a Hollywood film, turn my brain off and just enjoy the pew, pew, pew if that's all they're offering me. But if they give me something more, I love to explore that and look at that. Sometimes I miss whole layers of stuff that's in shows because I'm not paying attention. I can admit that. But at least, it's the people are putting it there for the people who want to pay attention. And I do have my moments where I do sort of switch off from what's around me and focus on the show and go, oh, they're really exploring this here. They're really looking at something here. This is about something. And, both sides have their merits. The difference is the people who can appreciate both versus people who can only appreciate one and attack the other because they don't get it. I think that's sad. I hate it. I see a lot with Discovery. Whether I hate the show a lot, I can't talk. Whether I hate the show because of canon issues, I do respect the fact creatively they are trying to do certain things and focusing on certain things that are kind of going over the heads of a lot of people because a lot of political issues and they just sort of expect Star Trek to be Star Trek, and I do too, but even if I don't agree with what they're doing, I can respect that they're actually trying to do something different, even if I think it's wrong for the franchise. Other people are just like, it's bad, it's stupid, and just like, bad storytelling is just like a dog whistle for a lot of the racists and istophobes. It's like, oh, the writing's terrible, it's trash. I'm like, why? Because it's diverse, because it's not what you wanted to see, or because it's actually bad. Usually it's just not what they want to see politically or just personally. So yeah, I've had a little bit of a rant. I needed one. I hope Andor justifies it. I haven't watched it yet. I may be totally wrong. I may be being gaslit by the media. Who knows? It's better than being gaslit by the hater fans, I guess. But whatever. I just needed some YouTube therapy to talk about it for a minute. And I'm looking forward to Andor, but I need to watch The Mandalorian and Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi first before I watch this. So I want to watch them in sequence, work out the sequence, then watch them in sequence, because I haven't watched any of them, because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I will get to them. I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.